All right, welcome back for example 3. We are finding area and circumference on a coordinate plane. So this says to graph the circle with center -2, 1 that passes through the point, 1, 1. Find the area and the circumference. So the area and circumference, and both in terms of pi and to the nearest tenth. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have this coordinate plane, we have this circle, here's the center, here's the point, and you can see that the distance from here, from the center to the edge of the circle at this point is 1, 2, 3. So that means the radius is 3. So let's go ahead and find the circumference first. So we're going to use circumference equals 2 pi r. We're going to write that formula. We're going to say the radius is 3. We substitute it in there. We get 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, yeah, so 6 pi. That's in terms of pi. Then we need to do it to the nearest tenth, which we'd substitute 3.14 in there. And I'm going to go over here. 3.14 times 6 would be 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. And 2 decimal places. So nearest tenth, we just keep it as 18.8. Yeah, that would be it. Circumference equals 18.8. Now we're going to move on to the area. Okay, so we know the area equals pi r squared, and the radius is 3, right? So we just substitute it in there. And 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3, which is 9. So we have 9 pi. That is in terms of pi. And then we just need to determine what it is to the nearest tenth. So we are going to substitute 3.14 in for pi. And then we just need to determine what that is. So I'm going to take it over here. 3.14 times 9. 9 times 4 is 36, right? The 6 carry the 3. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3 is 12, right? The 2 carry the 1. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 1 is 28. And then we count up the decimal places, and there's 2. So we have to round it to the nearest tenth, right? This is a tenth. Then we look at the hundredths place. This is a 5 or above, so it rounds that up to a 3. So our answer would be 28.3. And I guess you could say units squared. They don't really have a units here, so whenever they don't have a units, you can just say units. Units squared is area, and then for circumference, it would just be units. Okay? All right, that is the circumference and area for a circle in a coordinate plane. Now it is your turn, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, how long has it been like that? Well, that's not good at all. Did you see this problem worked out? Okay, so we have the circumference here. We have the area here with the units squared, units. Okay, so now it is your turn to go ahead and try this one here. So it says graph the circle with the center here and that passes through this point. Find the area and the circumference both in terms of pi and to the nearest tenth. Use 3.14 for pi. So here's my friend the pause dragon. Remind you to pause your device. Go ahead and work out this problem. When you get done, press play and we'll talk about it together. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. So if we have the center here, that's 1, 2. That means the radius is 2. Let's go ahead and find that circumference first. Circumference equals 2 pi r. The radius is 2. We substitute it in. We get times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that means it's going to be 4 pi units, right? There is no units, so it's not like feet or inches, so we just call it units. Then we need to find it to the nearest tenth. So we're just going to go ahead and substitute that 3.14 in there and then take it over here. 3.14 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Right, 6 carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. And then there are 2 decimal places. So we put the decimal after the 2 places here. Okay, we'd round to the nearest tenth. This is 5. We look to the hundredths. That's going to round this up to 6. So our answer for circumference is 12.6 units. That is our answer. Now it is time to find the radius. No, find the area. Okay, so the area is going to equal pi r squared. Why does this keep moving? Our radius is 2, so we're going to have pi 2 squared. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this thing keeps moving. It's like slowly moving. Okay, and 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So the area equals 4 pi. And that's in terms of pi, so we're going to say units squared. And then we just need to figure out what do we need to figure out? We need to find this in terms of to the nearest tenth. So we're going to substitute 3.14 in there. And we just figured out what 4 times 3.14. It's 12.6 units squared, because it's the same thing as that. But units squared is different than units. Units is a straight line. Units squared means okay, so 12.6 in units would be, this would be 12.6, right? That's the circumference. However, I wonder if that is what's messing it up. Units squared means 12.6 times 12.6. So that it's like a box more. So anyways, that is our answer. So if you got both of those right and you showed all your work, wonderful job, and I will see you in a little bit for the next example.